Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are, of course, currently having my microphone stand squeak, apparently, but we are also working on conquering all of Africa. Now, to that end, we are working on bringing up our prestige level. We can lawfully imprison this guy. That's not something that we're going to do right now, of course. What we can do is create some of these kingdoms, and that is something that I am very interested in doing to bring up our prestige level. Of course, we need 500 gold to create a kingdom title, and that's about 10 months worth. We're also working on our control levels in some of these locations that we hold. That's definitely something that we need. Our vassals are mostly upgrading themselves right now, and that's great to see. Some of them are not, and we'll come back to those a little bit later. But right now, I'm most interested in getting up to Illustrious. And once we get up to Illustrious, then we can start doing duchy conquests on Mazurid and Hamadid and Takrur and Kabu. Yeah, I'll attend your feast, absolutely. And once we get that done, then we can maybe do a kingdom invasion on Andalusia. That would be pretty neat. Assuming they're still in the situation where that is a good thing. Yes, yes they are. Great. Of course, we cannot do that until we are exalted among men, which is the level above Illustrious. So we're going to have to keep making titles to get to that point and winning fights over here and all of these locations. It'll be fine. We'll have no problem getting there. Let's go ahead and make the Kingdom of Abyssinia our old friend. Fantastic. We're now illustrious, and Abyssinia de jure is held outside of our territory. So I'm actually just going to pick a guy at random. He is a vassal underneath us, and we are going to grant him the Grand Emirate of Abyssinia. Hopefully, he'll try to push that title a little bit, but I kinda doubt it, in all honesty. He probably won't. These are Empire-level titles. What did I do? I created a Kingdom of Abyssinia, but it's the Ixi Grand Emirate. Is this guy... Oh, right. It's named after his house. For a second, I thought I gave him the Empire title, and I was really concerned. But no, that's not what happened. And that is a really good thing. Okay, I figured it out. It's all good. He just renames the title based after his house when he got it. It's okay. So, we need to work to Exalted Among Men before we can attack Andalusia. However, we can work on some of these. Now, these guys are currently at war, and I kind of want to let their war settle. So I want to attack Mazurid instead. And we're going to do this here. We'll go ahead and immediately declare that. And we will drop our troops somewhere around here. They'll show up eventually. I wish we could pre-raise our troops. Sadly, that is not an option. But this isn't going to be an issue, unless he walks in right on top of our gathering troops, which is exactly what he did. Fair enough. We're going to lose that, but we're going to let them tie that up for a little bit. We're gathering a few troops over here, but actually, we're not going to gather any troops here, are we? This is going to be literally 0. We need to now raise all here. Like that. And yeah, he's going to do this. That's fine. He didn't even stack wipe these guys, so we can turn them around and bring them up. This is okay. This is just me getting a little greedy with my troop raise placement, with us being so far away from our capital here. Completely fine. Group those together. Our men-at-arms are here. We don't need any more troops than this. These guys, honestly, I'm going to just disband them. We don't need to be paying for them. We'll keep up these levies over here. In fact, they're coming over this way to try to run a bit. Okay. This is fine by me. Do we actually catch them here? They leave on 8 April. We arrive on 31 March. So yeah, we do catch them here. That's perfect. So we'll stack wipe this. I don't really want to be losing money right now. Actually, we're not going to stack wipe this based on how long this is taking. But I don't really want to lose money right now. So let's go ahead and... We did get a valuable hostage. But let's go ahead and get rid of our levy troops here. They are, of course, rather expensive. And, okay, those are emirs at this point. There we go. We'll select these guys, and they're going to head down over this way, and these guys, they're going to come on up. Our levy troops are unnecessary here. We can fight this with just our men-at-arms. Perfect. And once we put these guys down, we'll be making a good amount of cash. We'll just disband those now. For a second there, I thought the game was crashing, but no, we're good. Would have been awkward if it did, but it is completely okay. CK3 is mostly stable. Mostly. Well, we'll just take their capital, and honestly, I feel like taking their capital will probably be enough. Especially if they decide to run into us with any of these forces. We'll get some battle war score if necessary, but if we get a good hostage out of this, it'll probably be enough. We'll get 10% for the capital, probably another 15-ish% just for occupying the county. So that'll be like 25, and then if we get a good hostage, it'll get us to 100. A contribution to the war chest. Yeah, I'll take their cash. I'm not going to steal all of it, but if they're offering me money, I'm not going to turn it down. Okay, 91. That looks good. We're going to head on over, and we're going to attack these guys, and of course, this will give us the war score that we need, I believe, in order to win this war. Yes, indeed. Enforce. So be it. We'll disband that, and these guys will get handed out to people who are the correct religion and culture. There we go. And we're not even over the vassal limit. That is what I like to see. Fantastic. So we should probably create additional titles. We can negotiate an alliance with this guy, and okay, sure, he's internal. Whatever. That's fine. I'm not concerned about that one. We can usurp the emirate, and indeed, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. They're probably going to get gobbled up by somebody else, and we're going to need to hand this out to this guy, which we will definitely do, the emirate of Fes. Perfect. Looks good. So we have borders with Andalusia now, and we did just finish increasing control in a county. So we definitely need to work on increasing additional control, and we're going to do that in our capital. Wonderful. So we'll get our control up to max, in our capital anyway, and things are looking very, very good for us. Is this war over? No, it is not. Okay, so what are we going to need to do for Hamadid? We're going to need to create a truce with these guys, I'm pretty sure. Is this going to cost us piety? No, it's not. Okay, that's good. And this isn't necessarily the duchy we want to go for. These are... well, this is 2 counties, but... okay, we did just get battlements. That does change things. I didn't realize we were that close to it. I think after battlements, we're going to go for mangonels. I would be very, very interested in sieging faster. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to get hereditary rule quite soon as well. And anything that it focuses here is good. Literally anything. Did we get West African canoes yet? No, we're very close to it. That's fine. So us having battlements does indeed change things. Specifically, it means that we want to go back to doing a little bit of investment here. We'll finish our conquest later in the life, I think after we get exalted among men, but for right now, this does mean that we can upgrade to level 2 castles, which is huge. We're going to go for Hergeld, absolutely, and that will bring us up to over 60 gold per month, and that's going to keep skyrocketing as we continue to upgrade our castles. This will give us just flat tax, but also give us the ability to upgrade our castle's infrastructure. So that is great. And I think that's worth doing right now. We don't have that many more locations to attack over here. I think we hold off on that. Let these guys do what they're going to do. It looks like their war might actually be over. It is. There's a crusade for Jerusalem that we're going to join, but we are probably not going to participate in. I do want a new chancellor. Absolutely. This guy will do. He's not the best option, but he'll be okay. There is a Liberty faction right now. But I think that when the Crusade launches, that Liberty faction might go away. We'll see. I'm not going to take any action yet. We'll wait until after the Crusade. Excellent. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on upgrading our castle in our capital. Of course, we can't get to level 3 yet. That is going to require the Hoardings innovation. We did just get a mosque, and that is this mosque. We'll grant that out. Fine. Okay, sounds good to me. And I suppose maybe we'll participate in this crusade. There is a lot of war chest gold. That is for sure. We're no longer doing a faith conversion, and we should probably look into that. Yeah, absolutely. We will work on Sabian up here. Sounds good. And we should also probably work on upgrading our castle in Yao. Wonderful. Our vassals out here with the economic holdings, they are capable of upgrading their own, so I'm going to do that as like a last priority. But upgrading our own personal holdings is kind of a huge priority. And I wouldn't necessarily mind revoking this from this guy. 7%. What about this one? This one is 0%. Okay. With a dangerous faction, I'm not going to do that just now. We'll see what happens after the crusade, I think. We'll just hold on to this mosque. Excellent. So we are making a good amount of money right now, and that's going to continue to increase for a little while. And I do really want hereditary rule to finish up. I mean, we don't care about the partition. The 5% monthly prestige isn't awful, to be fair. That's fine. But I don't care about that partition. The royal prerogative is something that I do very much care about. The domain limit from the bailiffs is great. We're going for mangonels, so I'd prefer it not be mangonels. And if it does focus mangonels, I might go for something else. But burrs are also good. So this is definitely all something to keep in mind. And also, we should be keeping in mind, we're going to be moving into the High Medieval era pretty soon. In fact, we are about 7 years away from reaching it. So that's great. We're already working on that. That does take 10 years, approximately. So yeah, I'm very, very happy about that. When is that crusade going to launch? 6 months? Sure. Well, I hate to say it, but the cat is currently yelling at the door at the top of her lungs, and I have to be right back. I apologize. And I am back. Once again, I do apologize for that. But what the cat wants, the cat gets. This ultimatum is in about 18 months. I think it will go away when the crusade launches in 3 months, though. So that is the goal. And a question of loyalty. Yes, please tell me. We will go ahead and not grant this to a low noble. And we will go ahead and upgrade Garukime here. And that will be absolutely fine. How's our control in our capital looking? It's up to 77. Okay, that's looking fine-ish. It's going to continue to improve. We're currently making about 65 gold per month, and that's going wonderfully. Do we have a son yet? Actually, we don't. Hopefully we'll get one. If we don't, then we will... She's already matrilineally betrothed. We will switch her over to a stewardship focus here. She is quick. So she wouldn't be a terrible primary heir. Okay, we do need a faith conversion here. We will have this guy come out over here. Perfect. Okay, so as I was saying, she's not a terrible primary heir. It's okay. I mean, we're going to have some issues if we don't have a male heir, but here's the crusade for Jerusalem, and the question is, does this change this dangerous faction? Not in the slightest. Okay, let's go ahead and arrange a marriage with this guy, and we'll do maybe something like this to create an alliance. Perfect. Okay, so they're going to be crusading for Jerusalem. We're not getting any war profiteer right now. Yeah, that disbanded that faction. They created a new one, but that's to be expected. I think we'll go up and help out in the crusade. I think that'll be okay. Are the Byzantines in the crusade? No, they're not. Okay. Good to know. So we'll just raise troops here until, like... Okay, we're a little bit negative right now. This is the number of troops we're going to send. They'll show up eventually. We are currently negative, and yes, I am aware of this. In fact, you know what? I'm going to split off about 7 gold per month worth of levies here. That's 8. Let's do maybe that. That'll do. We'll disband these guys so we have a small cash growth. And then we're going to head up with these 15,000 troops. I don't think we're going to need more than this. I just want to get some war contribution. That is the primary goal here. And hopefully we'll get enough to actually pay for this. But we are making a small amount of cash right now, and that is just fine. So up we go, and where the Crusaders land, no one knows. It will certainly be interesting. Maybe they come in over here for some dumb reason. But this is a crusade for Jerusalem, so that's fine. We do have a son. We're going to immediately switch him to a stewardship focus. He unfortunately did not get intelligent, but that's fine. Okay, I want to find a location kind of near here where we can actually stand. We may have to split into 2 stacks to not take massive attrition. Hello. Okay, that's a neutral army. Ah, now this looks like Crusaders. This would be embarking. I would rather that we didn't. Actually, this would take a lot of attrition. Let's head on over, and we'll pick and choose. After we embark, we can kind of just choose where we want to attack, whether we want to attack here or not. They are recently disembarked. They're not liking the look of this, currently. I can't necessarily say I blame them. We are embarking now, and it is going to cost us 162 gold. For one thing, we haven't finished West African canoes yet. That would be a 25% reduction. But I'm not in a hurry on that. This is fine. I'm willing to pay this. Monthly prestige on the hereditary rule is finishing up now, and what gets exposed next? Royal prerogative. That's perfect. Okay, so I'm not actually going to land here just yet. We can no longer convert faith. Presumably, they have already done it. And yeah, that looks good. We'll go ahead and convert that last Sabian. Okay. I would love to come in over here and get rid of our recently disembarked penalty. How long does that last? 29 days. Okay. So that's minus 30. This would, of course, go well, but not when they piled in. So I don't actually want to do this. What I want to do is I want to wait for these 18 days to go by. And we'll fight these guys, and if there's any others that attack Jerusalem, our allies should have that well under control, in theory. How many people are actually in this? A lot. In fact, they have more troops than we do, so we may end up losing this crusade. If that's the case, that's okay. This, I'm hoping that they're just going to roll on by. They're kind of leaving. Okay. 4, 3. We're going to go in now. They're going to reinforce this. I want to make sure that we have our absolute best commander here. That is our best commander. And let's see how this goes. We should, I think, be able to win this pretty handily. Oh yeah, this is fine. This is absolutely fine. They're going to get wrecked. They're going to get absolutely wrecked. It took them so long to get here. We fought them piecemeal. Wonderful. That is kind of huge. I don't know where they're retreating to here. They're retreating out into the sea. Okay. I guess that's fine. For right now, let's go ahead and split our troops. And we are going to resupply here. Now, there are a lot of enemies up here. There's no doubt about that. And we'll have to keep an eye on this. These guys are white flagged, sadly, so we can't do anything here. But what we can do, of course, is we can resupply. So they're heading off. We currently have 100% war contribution. And that doesn't really change this balance too much. They landed in the Byzantine Empire. Okay. That's certainly awkward. Oh! They have landed in Africa. Okay, you know what? It's going to take them a while to get home. But we are going to raise up our troops around here, behind these mountains where they can't see us. We're going to have to fight them up there, and we're going to have to raise all of our troops. Because they've decided to attack us instead of the actual war goal where all the defenders are. I mean, hello, West African canoes. I mean, we are getting ticking war score at this point, though. That's the thing. So we're going to raise up our troops over here, and we're going to raise up pretty much all of them. And they appear to be moving around over here. We might actually be able to fight this with these guys leaving. There's a bunch of troops over here. They're taking a heavy attrition in the Byzantine territory. It's going to take a while for our men-at-arms to get here. There's no doubt about that. And we knew this was going to be the case. We do get a new stewardship perk, and we are absolutely taking war profiteer here. No doubt about it. Offset these costs a little bit. We're at 14% war score right now. They're just sieging stuff over here, and I'm completely content with this. This is completely okay by me. I have no problem with this. We're just waiting at this point for our men-at-arms. They'll show up eventually, but we have no idea when, technically, because there's no indicator. So we'll see when they decide to show up, and when they get here, we're going to start marching north. We're going to try to fight these. I do see these guys coming back, which I'm not super fond of, but it'll be interesting to see for sure. 22k. They have about 35k here. Okay. They are taking attrition, though. That's something we need to note. Boy, I wish our men-at-arms would show up. Wait, are they just running at us? If so, how do they see us? No, they're coming to siege this. That's what they're doing. Okay, that's fine. They can do that. They're losing supplies, same as us. And in the meantime, we have ticking war score. Like, they're attacking over here, sure, but we currently have 27% ticking war score. This is not getting them hardly anything. Technically, this is not getting them any occupation holdings, so that's great. We did just finish increasing control in our capital, and so we will, of course, work on Yao next. Wonderful. Our men-at-arms will show up eventually. We have 6 months here. In fact, I'm going to bump this up to speed 5 until we get our men-at-arms here, because I want to get these here very quickly. We're running out of time in this episode, and I want to deal with this. 4 months. Still 4 months. 3 months. They're taking heavy attrition right now. Our men-at-arms have arrived, and so we are going to head on over. They are not into this. They are not into this in the slightest. We are going to pursue them. And we should get the defensive terrain here. Yeah. Oh, we're on speed 5 still. I meant to be on speed 3. I was going to stop that. Oh, well. Actually, we're turning this around. Okay. I wasn't going to take this fight, but we're turning this one around. This is huge. That... We're still 100% war contribution here, by the way. That was huge. That was... No, I don't want them to come up here. I want them to take this back. That was absolutely enormous. Like, I can't even tell you how huge that was. Our allies are actually going on the offensive here. I don't blame them. So we're going to let them regroup here, and we're going to siege this down. I mean... Are we, though? Maybe we should come up here and see about fighting them. Yeah, we absolutely should. We should come up here and see about fighting them. I think... Okay, a wife just died. That was our primary wife, so we need to check to see... 2 skill? Yeah, we need a new primary wife, and she needs to be very good at stewardship, and this one does the trick. Okay, we'll make you our primary spouse. There we go, and that should boost our domain limit back up. Fantastic. We're going to come up here, and we're going to do as much damage as we can in battles. We're currently at plus 73 on this, and I want to finish this crusade ASAP. Let's get in there. Fantastic. Is this a stack wipe? It might be. No, they got reinforcements in there. But that's fine. We still absolutely win this. No problem. We're at 88% war score right now. Granted, our war contribution has dropped, but we're still up over 60%. Which, considering that we only have like 28,000 troops, and there were 160k committed to this, we're doing pretty good. We're absolutely doing pretty good here. We're going to come up here and fight what we can of these retreating forces. And this should put us at 100% war score. There we go. Come on home, lads. And we also need to send out our court chaplain. And yeah, this will be fine. Fantastic. The infidels tasted the wrath of Allah. We did not actually get any cash from the pot, which I guess is the way that works. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and disband that. We got a lot of piety, and we are now officially the living legend. At the age of 31. Great. This is a fantastic position to be in. And with that, it is time to put in a cut. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and apparently start coughing. One sec. There we go. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I'll see you all next time when I assure you it is not, in fact, the circumstance. It is, in fact, allergies. I cough when I have allergies. So, don't worry about it. See you all next time.